All right. LDBC, LDMMAC, LDW MMAC. This is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Okay, folks. Where do I start with this one? Okay, where do I start? You know, there have been a brash of women. Okay, women and young high school girls that they want to play football with grown men. Okay, or they want to play football with these overgrown ass boys. They want to play tackle football. And you know, people, you know, I'm for women getting their just due. I'm for that. I mean, you guys know that because I cover women's MMA. But I gotta say that, you know, this notion of girls and women playing football with men, I think it's the dumbest damn thing on God's green earth. Okay, now the two ladies you see on the screen, and this is just but a few, but you know, they're playing football on a collegiate level. Now, you know, there's not a problem with that. Sure, you know, women can play on a collegiate level. The problem with it is that they're playing against men, okay? They're playing against men. Now, the girl on the left, you know, her name is what, Tony Harris? And she's playing a skill position. Okay, she's playing one of the skill positions. And you know what, I think she's a running back. I think she also catches. She's a receiver. And, you know, I'm saying to myself, you know, this girl barely weighs 100 pounds, okay? She barely weighs 100 pounds. Now, could you imagine this damn girl getting trucked? And she said, you know, I got aspirations of being in the NFL. You know, I don't like taking a dump on somebody's dream. I don't like doing it. But in this situation, it's like, okay, there's a difference between high school, college, and NFL. And you're playing a skill position. You're playing a position where you're going to be getting hit constantly. And it's like, come on, man. Your body, what, barely 100 pounds, maybe about 110? And you're playing a skill position, you're going to get cracked and you're going to get hurt. That's just what it is, okay? You know, we got to get it through these feminists' head. We got to get it through their damn head that men and women are not the same. Men and women can't do everything that a man can do. That's just not what it is. Women can't. They got limits. They got limits. Men do too, but our limits are much greater than that of a woman when we're disciplined in something. And you know, the thing of it is, you know, people don't want to talk about the injuries. Now, the girl on the right, what I think her name, Longo, the girl on the right, I can understand a little bit because she's a kicker. Kickers don't engage in contact that often. But, you know what, though? I've watched a game. I've watched, 5 high school football games this year where they had girls in the game. Okay, now they put girls in there. And 4 of those games, those girls, they got concussions and they were walked off the field. One of those girls was a damn kicker. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to get one of these boys. They're going to get in their head that they're going to get this girl. They're going to knock her out the game. They're going to get that in their head. And guess what? A lot of times they're successful. This one girl, she was an offensive lineman. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, come on. There's no way that this girl is going to be able to protect the quarterback. She's not going to be able to do it. And sure enough, man, when the play started, she got in front of this big 300 pound, okay? Now, she was about 210 herself. She was a big girl, big, strong girl. Wasn't fat, big, strong, and athletic. She got in front of this 300 pound defensive lineman. And I'm going to tell you, man, when he went up to the line of scrimmage, he lifted this girl up off her feet. He lifted her up, okay, by the shoulder pads. He took her and slammed on the ground. Then after he did that, okay, he walked all over and then he made a tackle. Okay, or he sacked the quarterback. Okay, now this boy, same boy, okay, he did this, and the second time he was across from her, he took his elbow and forearm, he put it right up under her chin, he took her and threw her to the side. Now you gotta imagine, man, this boy was doing this most of the game, and then finally, man, that girl got injured, man. That girl got injured. This time he ran right through her, man. He trucked her over, stepped on her again, and she had to leave the game, left with a concussion. You know, in another game I was watching, one girl, she was a field goal kicker. Okay, the assignment got missed, okay? She botched the kick. The ball fumbled. She picked it up. Instead of laying on the ball, nope, she tried to run for a first down. And, man, she got her helmet knocked clean off her damn head. And I'm like, God, what? I mean, and you know, what do these feminists think is going to happen? What do you think going to happen? You got boys in there with testosterone, and they're running into you as hard as they can. I played football. I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you something. Me being a guy, there were points and times I ain't really want to play that day because, man, the injuries from the season have mounted up. With a kicker, I can understand a little bit more. They're still susceptible to getting hurt, but not if you play in a skill position. You got girls playing running back, they're getting hurt. Girls on the offensive defensive line, they're getting hurt. They're getting hurt, okay? And see, the feminists don't want to talk about that. See, you know what the feminists want to talk about? The feminists, they want to say, well, you know, how come women can't do this? How come they can't get an opportunity? How come? And so, some of these coaches, you know what the problem is? They feel obligated like they have to because they don't want a lawsuit. They don't want a lawsuit. So, of course, they let these girls and these women on the team, or they let them try out. But they don't want a lawsuit, y'all. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't want a lawsuit. These coaches, they got that in their head. They looking like, okay, well, yeah, you want to play with the big dogs? Good, gonna get hurt. You know, that's me. I would be that as a coach. Yeah, go ahead and try out. Yeah, sure. Here, let me put you over there. Now, you out the game. And I ain't got to worry about putting you on the team. Okay, now this girl on the right, she's pretty decent at kicking field goals. She's good at that. Okay, she's good at it, but then that's still a risk, man. See, y'all want to know what's so crazy about feminists? Y'all want to know, you know, they got power, they got money. These feminists, they got a lot of this stuff. Isn't it amazing why they won't even sponsor a regulated female football league? And I'm not talking about, you know, the LFL, where they got really good athletes in the LFL, because I know some pervert gonna say, oh, go to the LFL. These two will look good. I know a pervert is gonna say that. I know a pervert is gonna say, go to the LFL. I already know that. Okay? The LFL, they got some good athletes in the LFL. The thing of it is, man, you know, they got them parading around, you know, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy what they doing in the LFL, man. And you know, the feminists, they not making enough noise about that, are they? You know, they're not making enough noise about that. And if you're a man, you know, I know why the LFL got to do it. Because they're trying to attract men to watch the content. They want men to watch. Because let's face it, man, men are not watching women in athletic events like that unless they got their clothes off. And guys, that's just what it is. I'm not trying to be funny. That's what it is. So I understand what the LFA is doing. But they need to take a different angle, man. I think they're trying too hard, man. And the women, yeah, man, they dress with little to no clothing on. And a lot of these women can actually play football. They can play. They really can actually play. Like, you know, I don't spend large amounts of time watching it, man. Because it's just, you get distracted, man. And you being a man, you do get distracted. But I watched one game about 2 years ago, man. And I swear, they can play, man. Them girls, they know how to play. But the thing of it is, the opportunities are not there. And some of those women in the LFL, you know, they gotta pay to play. They actually gotta pay to play. So it's like, okay, damn, okay. So you think with these feminists, they can come up with a good football league, okay, with balance, okay, good football league with balance, and actually fund it, because they want to do so much else. You know, they want to help these women sue all these men, and you know, help these women get equal rights. You know what though? I think we got to start thinking about men and women in contact sports. It's not the same, and you're gonna get a horrific result when women are injured playing versus men. You're gonna get that. See, these two, they're gonna find that out, because they don't know that the concussion rate among women is the highest. Why do you think that is? Okay, why do you think that the concussion rate among women is higher than men? See, people don't really want to talk about the dark side of the sport when playing football. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about the mountains of players that can't even form a coherent sentence. They don't want to talk about the mountain of girls and females who are injured. Right now, they can't play any more football. The feminists don't want to talk about that. Nah, they just want to talk about that their rights have been violated. Their rights have been violated, and they deserve to get their equal rights. That's these feminists. But see, when these girls get hurt, these feminists are nowhere to be found, are they? These feminists ain't going to help pay the bills. They ain't going to do anything. They're going to sit back and try to complain about opportunities that the females don't get. I think it's a dumb idea. I can even understand the woman, you know, football coach. I can understand that. She's a strength and conditioning coach. I can understand that. Okay? I can't understand somebody being a coach that don't really have the playing experience. Okay? I can't understand that. And I won't. You know, because I guess when the one woman, you know, becomes like a coach, she's a coach of a team, I can't understand that, because if you're not used to taking the same kind of hits that I've taken, if you don't understand the game, I can't respect a woman as a coach if she not been in the trenches. I'm just saying, that's just what it is. Okay, it ain't me being sexist. That's what it is. Women don't need to be on a football field with men. Point blank. Okay, they will get hurt eventually. This girl on the left, Tony Harris, she's gonna get hurt. But I'm gonna tell you, you know what though? This girl didn't have a whole lot of people in her life, you know. She just didn't. She didn't have a whole lot. Parents, they just wasn't there. Daddy wasn't around. I'd have made this girl could have been a world-class sprinter. This Tony Harris girl, she could have been a world-class sprinter. If Coach Shelton Harrison was near, I'd have turned her into a world-class sprinter. The girl can run. I already know, man. Give me 2 years with her, man. I make her run a 10-9-100. Easy work. She be getting paid. See, these football leagues now for women, you know, the women are complaining they're not getting paid. They're not making money. It's not this. Well, you know, you got to build it up. But if these women, they really wanted these football leagues to be successful, they got the power, right? Because you got the women standing up for the women. And you got all these feminists in all these high places. But the feminists are not interested in equal rights. You even got women talking about, I want to play pro baseball, but they got softball. I want to play pro baseball, but they got softball. Okay? Why these feminists not coming up with softball leagues? Why they won't come up with paid soccer? They got the money, y'all. They got the money. The thing of it is, man, they're not going to do it. They'll never do that. Because that'll be too much like, you know, conceding and you know, actually, you know, not being on the same playing field as a man. So they ain't going to do that. See, the whole purpose of these feminist groups is to prove that women are equal. Okay? But they too dumb to know that women are not equal to men. Not equal. You know, there was this thing on YouTube, man, and I saw it, I'm laughing. So they got just two ordinary Joes to play football against a team of trained women. So they went on there and they were playing, and you know, the guys didn't know anything about football. But I tell you what, as they learned how to play, you know, like this one guy, a fat guy too, big old guy. You know, he burned a female corner. I'm talking about, they threw him a pass and she couldn't get around to knock the ball down. He was too big. So he turned his body away from her and shielded her from the ball. He caught the ball and ran a touchdown. I started laughing. I laughed. I laughed because I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. It's what I'm talking about. Even the most ungifted male, you know, if you train the testosterone in us, we're designed. Okay, we're designed to do these things. That's just what it is, y'all. It's not my law, it's nature's law. I mean, you know, women wanted to do fighting, so guess what? Women's MMA was started. But the feminists, they ain't gonna be satisfied till, hey, I think the women need to fight the men in the main event. See, you know, that's just what it is. One of these girls gonna get hurt. They're gonna get hurt. They're gonna get hurt. And when they do get hurt, nobody will have anything to say. Nothing. Well, it was a valiant effort. Yep, but you're in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. Huh. I'm done.